What's up? Hello, hello. I'm in gridlock right now, so I figured I'd do a live. I haven't done a live in a while. And so much energy is being thrusted into the field right now. I'm not speaking generally, I'm speaking in my micro reality of like what I'm going through. So I just want to share a few things right now because it's super important that this message is conveyed to everybody and they can internalize it and then practice their own discernment with this type of knowledge. Stored energy, trauma, anything that's inflicting any type of unbinding resonance to your DNA, things that are out of alignment, things that you don't agree with, things that have hurt you. It's super important to work through those things. It could be, something could have happened when you were 3 years old, 7 years old, 5 years old, 12, last week, doesn't matter. You might not even have picked it up. You might not even consciously be aware of it. Most likely you're not even consciously aware of it. This is why meditation, these are why certain types of theta training, certain types of practices are so critical for your longevity and your growth, short-term and long-term, in order to make it to places that you see yourself going. Because it's not good to always be in that perpetual cycle where you're moving, you're trying to get to a destination, you see that destination, but you're never getting there. So that conflict starts arising within yourself. Most of the time, the reason why you're not getting to that destination is because you haven't worked through the past trauma that's sitting in your body, that's sitting in your nervous system. Not only that, not only for, manifesting powers and being able to get to where you want to get to in life, whatever that destination is, it also materializes as physical problems. It could be any type of skin problem, it could be any type of eye problem, it could be heart problem, it could be cancer. These traumas sit inside your body. Your body is an electric output machine that's churning BTUs, wattages, hertz signals, all these things. You're just basically, we're water. And when you have blockages sitting in there, those powers, those energies, those frequencies stop and they accumulate. And the body doesn't know what to do with accumulated stoppages, so it starts to protect itself. That's where you get cancers and you get all kinds of stuff. I can get into all of the man-made stuff, the Wi-Fi, the electromagnetic field, the radiation, those kinds of stuff. That's on a different talk. This is more of a mastery of self. Really start to take the practice. Now, I'm not going to be on this live long. I never plan these things. I'm just sitting in a fuck ton of traffic, and I figured, what the hell else am I going to do? I've listened to my fair share of podcasts over the last couple days. I've listened to enough music, so I'm just going to keep it real right now and lay some stuff that's on my mind. Take time, get into a place where you can access and remember. Take time, get into a place where you can access and remember. This is important. Start writing. Start eating foods that remind you of your past. Start listening to music that remind you of your past. Start looking at old pictures. Start thinking about old relationships. This is important. All that shit where forget the past, move on with the future, fuck that. That's not going to solve anything because those traumas are actually inside of you. This is a fact. Take my word on that. Discern, but take my word on it. I've discerned this. I didn't just make this up. I went through my own process. The whole thing where it's like forget about your past, move forward, all that stuff. No, that doesn't solve anything. That shit's going to pop up in there and it's going to form itself in the form of disease, pain, sickness, bad relationships, all those things. You must work through past trauma that you're not even consciously aware of. There's trauma that happened with your mother. There's trauma that happened with your father. There's trauma that happened with your best friends. There's trauma that happened with siblings. There's traumas that happen in school. You have to go in there and properly work through it. You have to figure out what those things are. They could be sitting in your knee. The knee pain that you have right now could be from trauma that happened as a child. Think about that. Meridian points, axis points, energetics, all of these things. How do these things work? How do energies work? They're thoughts and emotions. Your brain is the circuit chip. It controls all of these things. Get in there and do some real architecture with your mind's eye, your mind, your brain, your heart mapping. Go deep. Figure these things out. It's worth it. Don't put it off on the side. Don't waste any more time. I can't believe the time that people are wasting when these things are readily available. These practices are readily available for you to use and to ascertain and to learn. Learn about yourself. Learn your coping mechanisms. If you start using past experiences, you can look at how you walk through those experiences so you can look back and figure out how to process them better. So you actually move through them. You're not a sponge. We don't want a sponge. Yeah, for sure. Ancestral trauma. Those things are there. Most ancestral trauma comes back into this life as the same trauma. This is documented. This isn't hocus pocus. There's a lot of bullshit, airy-fairy bullshit out there, and that usually comes in the place of basic terms and stuff like that. But when it comes to like past lineage, ancestral trauma, early life trauma, all of these things are real, and they're super important that you stay on top of it. Work through them. Talk about them. Talk about it with your friends and family. Create discussion points. If you have friends and family that are not working on these things with you, they're not your friends and family. Your friends and family are the ones that should be working through these things with you as you're doing the same for them. Because think about it. If you take my words right now, you practice discernment, you agree with what I'm saying, and you start doing the work of really exposing the negative energies and traumas that are inside of your body, then you can teach that to the next person. You can teach that to your loved one, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your mother, your father, your son, whatever it is. This is how the web starts. Everyone wants to change the reality. They want to become, we're having the spiritual awakening. Great. But how are we going to do that? Are we just going to fucking sing Kumbaya and do meditation? No, we got to go through it. We got to go through the fire. We got to go through the gauntlet. We got to wake up. We got to wake up, and we got to be real with each other. We got to be honest with each other. We got to support each other. It's not going to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be painful. What the fuck why are people going to retreats and going to Peru and doing ayahuasca and building a relationship with the mother? What is ayahuasca? What is chacruna? What is the yopo? What do those things do pharmacology-wise in the human body? What's the conscious it's bringing in there? It's bringing a feminine conscious mother that doesn't allow you to lie about anything. That's what ayahuasca is. You can't go into ayahuasca, drink a ton of brew, and lie. If you lie, she'll whoop your fucking ass. But if you're honest with yourself, and you honor yourself, and you have reverence for yourself, then you can go deep into that work. Yes, I'm a big fan of Psyche. Absolutely. 100%. Big fan. They're actually having a really cool Psyche event this weekend up in LA. Highly recommend it. Anything that has to do with the biology of belief, anything that has to do with understanding theta training, understanding the true essence of it, I'm a big believer. Yeah, absolutely. Past life regression work, but make sure you're doing it with the right people, the right master who understands how to open up the Akashic record. You don't want to deal with anyone that's wasting your time, that turns you off. You really need to do your discernment when it comes to anything with Akashic work. Anything like that, past life, Akashic, Psyche, all of that, theta, mastery, subliminal, getting into the subconscious, understanding the subconscious. All of that's so important. It's so important. Think about how powerful our subconscious is. I'm right now operating a high-powered vehicle in traffic in a full-on conscious conversation with, I don't know how many people are on here. My subconscious is driving. My subconscious is driving right now. is handling all of these distractions. That's how powerful your subconscious is. That's how much stored energy is in your subconscious. Think about that for a second. I want you to tap into that energy right now. Your subconscious is thousands of times stronger than your conscious. This is documented. Thousands of times. Go deep. Go deep. Look, a lot of people say, oh, you know what? You don't need to read books. You don't need to understand outside influences. It's all within you. I disagree vehemently. How the hell are you going to have the ego to think you know everything when we've had countless of masters who have done the work, who have spent 100 years of their life getting to a certain level, who have allowed that information for us to be encoded through the written material, the written vertical, the written channel. Do the work. Don't just sit there and burn fucking candles and play with crystals and meditate to the moon when you don't even know what the moon is. 99.9% of the population has no idea what the moon is. And you're going to sit there and pray to the moon? Think about that for a second. That's discernment. I'm sick of the fakers. I'm sick of them. I'm so sick of it. People need to lower their ego and do the work and understand what we're doing here as much as possible. Are all the answers out there? Fuck no. Of course not. But there's a lot of good information there that you have access to. Practice discernment. That's what I did my whole life. I didn't just wake up one day and said, I want to develop this. I want to start developing commercial real estate. I want to start building green, sustainable buildings. I want to start financing big projects. I want to open up my own company. I want to be a longevity expert. Of course not. This wasn't a hobby. This is my life. This is my fucking life. I was blessed to be mentored early, and it put me on the path. And I always had the eternal fire for knowledge. My human design is, my architecture of my human design is I'm an investigator, I'm an anarchist, and I'm a martyr. Think about that. I'm an investigator, I'm an anarchist, and a martyr. Now, most people that know me, that truly know me, even people that know me from afar, or energetic people that are tapping into my field, know that about me without even me telling them that. Do you feel that way about me? What's your human design? Are you following your spacesuit architecture? I'm a pure 1-3 generator. 1-3 generator. Everyone always asks me, am I a 2-4 projector? My literally, if I came out of my mom's womb like 4 hours earlier, I would have been a 2-4 projector. And so that puts me on that 1-3 generator mixed with a 2-4 projector. So I don't know, I'm incorporating it all. All right. This is important work. Accessing the DNA damage from past trauma. We can talk about ancestral trauma. That's a whole nother aspect. But I'm talking about this life's trauma. This is critical. It's critical to do the work. It's critical to go through the fire, not only emotionally and manifesting energy-wise so you can accomplish your goals, but also to give you a clean vessel. We do not want diseases manifested in the human body because you've left trauma sitting in your energetic electric auric field. We don't want it. Nobody needs it. I don't need it. I don't want it. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. My family's dealt with it. Your family's dealt with it. The masses are dealing with it. We're already getting screwed with all the other things we're dealing with. We might as well take sovereignty in our own physical body and our own mental health. Do you get what I'm saying? That way, when you go through the process of really determining what has been holding you back in your life through the trauma, you can go teach that to the next person. I agree with that. A lot of people are projecting their own stuff onto everybody else. 100%. couldn't have said that any better. I see that all the time. I point that out all the time. It's truly, it's ridiculous. Those are people that haven't done the work. Those are the people you have to be careful. That is happening at a record pace right now, and we want nothing to do with that shit. Nothing. Yeah, don't hope for everybody, dude. You hope for yourself, man. You pray for yourself. You don't need to say that right now. I hope everyone is prepared to reap what they sow. I hope you are prepared to reap what you sow. Don't project that onto anybody. No disrespect to you, but you don't need to do that. You don't need to say that. At all. That's not your job. That frequency's not my frequency. Be straightforward, but you don't need to project that back out to anyone except yourself. Okay, good. Good. So, please, this is an important message that I just conveyed. This is huge stuff. I'm going through a lot right now. A fucking shit ton right now. It's like so full on. I don't know where to begin. Please take these words, send them to everyone that you care about, and let's start working on them together, and let's start spreading out the magic, because the whole conscious community, the whole fucking bullshit of the awakening happening, dude, I see people that are following Hinduism talking about the golden age is upon us. But in Hinduism, we have another 400,000 years of the Kali Yuga, which means that we're in a fucking torrential greed, metal, war zone for the next 400,000 years. They don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. I'm tired of people spouting out bullshit when they don't understand what they're talking about. This is insanity. This is worse than black magic. It's worse than materialism. Rudolf Steiner in 1920, 1918 was like, dude, I'm so sick and tired of the spiritual elite talking all their nonsense, playing with Ouija boards, playing with tambourines, making this into a spectacle, making this into a fucking whole show, when the whole time they were not even doing the work themselves. They didn't even understand what theosophy was, or anthroposophy, or real occult magic. This is the worst thing ever. People spouting stuff that they just regurgitated because the next person said it and because it looks good. I can't take that shit. I'm losing my fucking mind because of that. No more. I need your help. I can't be the only one out there that feels this way. Please work with me and I'll work with you. Once I have you on my radar, I never forget. Once I have you in my radar, I'll never forget. Chad, I don't believe in planets. They're not 5 planets. They're 5 ethereal beings. No such thing as a planet, based on my humble opinion. It's it's terra firma, not planet. Firm, flat surface. Stay present. It is about the moment. Take a deep breath. Dude, anybody sophisticated in breath of fire? Breath of fire, that shit. Go fucking full on. Breath of fire. Get your breath back. Get your sovereignty back. Go all the fucking way. What should we do to get on the path, Truth Chervin? Please give us something to start off. I hear that all the time. Well, I think first and foremost, get your physical avatar as healthy as possible. Clean water. Stay away from as much of the radiation as possible. Do things to mitigate that. Ground to the earth. Get your body in tune. You can't pick up these keys if your body is polluted. Really take ownership of your vessel. You're just renting this thing. I don't own this body. I learned that in the 9-point death meditation. I learned that through samadhi, the practice of dying before dying. I learned that when I read the Bhagavad Gita. I understood this is just a lease. This physical body right here, this body right here, this whole thing, this is a lease. You don't own it. So what does that mean? You got to take care of it. You got to take care of it. It's super important. That's where you start. Second, make sure your fucking network, your circle of influence are the right people. And also look at yourself in the mirror and go, am I the right person for that person? So it's not all about you. Because I started looking around me and go, Jesus Christ, I might not be the right person for this person. So take ownership in your behavior. At the same time, cut the people that are fucking hurting you out. Cut them the fuck out. I have a fucking power tribe around me that I fucking will die for. I'll lay my fucking head on the asphalt and have a fucking bricklayer run over my fucking head in a heartbeat. To understand that. And they know that. All of them know that. You clean up your avatar to the best of your ability. You cut out all the toxic people in your life. You're right there. Then you're fucking ready to move forward. Once you got that, stop conditioning yourself with the rhetoric that's floating around Instagram right now. That's floating around social media right now. Stop reading the bullshit. Remove anything that comes into your visual space that should not be there. Dude, Andrea, I love you. Once you've cleaned the body, once you've cleaned the network, then you're ready to go deep. And look, this might not be for you. Shit, I was hanging out with a crew the other day. These guys eat steaks every night, drink cognac, go to strip clubs, travel to Vegas. That's their life. I'm not going to judge them. They're happy. At least they're not full of shit. At least they're not full of shit about what they're doing. That's the main thing. People that are full of shit, that act like they know everything, that act like they are practicing what they preach, that are spouting out information that they have no idea what's coming out of their mouth, that's the people you got to be careful of. I don't care if my friend's addicted to strip clubs, eats T-bone steaks, and fucking is a berserker. Is that my lifestyle? Absolutely not. Fuck no. But he's not faking it. That's his life. He's happy. He's content. That's the karma that he's creating for himself, and he's going for that. I love you too, Taven. Andrea, I fucking love you so fucking much. People that are full of shit, that's who you have to watch out for. Then look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, are you full of shit? I ask myself every day. I'm driving. That's probably why it's choppy. You can't see my beautiful face. Excuse me. But you can hear me. That's all that matters. These cell phones, dude, at some point, these cell phones gotta go. They're killing us. I can feel it. It's fucking killing us. The radiation, all that stuff. So let me recap. I'm gonna do this real quick. The whole point of this live was detox your life. Detox all old wounds. Detox all traumas. Go deep within yourself. Use things to remember trauma from when you were a kid. Listen to old music. Look at old pictures. Talk to old friends. Talk to your family. Eat old food. Smell old food that can bring back memories when you were 5 years old, 7 years old, 10 years old, 15, 20, 25. There's so much trauma that's there. You need to go directly to it because it's still sitting in there and it's keeping you from going to where you want to go. Number one. Number two, remove all toxic people out of your life. Don't even allow them. Don't even have their name in your phone. Don't even have them on your Instagram. Don't look at anything that they post. Get rid of them as soon as possible. 100%. 10,000%. Detox your body. Detox your body. This is huge. Detox your life. And do the work. I appreciate you, Chad. Thank you, Carly. I love you. Do the work, everybody. Do the work. Be honest with yourself. Doesn't it feel good when you've done the work and you get it and you feel into it and you can express it to other people so they can learn? Don't you feel authentic? Don't you feel in your truth? Every cell in your body knows that. When you're full of shit, when you haven't practiced discernment, when you're regurgitating other people's regurgitated bullshit, you're just added to the perpetual chain of bullshit. That shit's gonna hurt you. That's gonna fuck you up. Don't do it. Stop. Like I said, I have friends, and I'll say this to one last time. I have friends that literally probably eat a T-bone steak every night, drink cognac, go to strip clubs, go to Las Vegas, go to Miami, go to fucking Ibiza. That's their life. And I respect them more because they're not faking the funk. They're not full of shit. This is what they do. And they're happy with it. I don't care. Do whatever you want. Who the hell am I to tell you you can't live that way? Is it the choices I'd make? No. What I have a problem with are people that act like they've done the work when they haven't done the work. They haven't done the research. They haven't practiced discernment. And they're spouting off regurgitated crap over and over and over. I'm sick and tired of it. How can someone talk about astrology if they don't even know what the fuck is in the sky? How can someone be so confident in their astrological projections when they don't even understand cosmology? It's so fucking crazy. We're in such a twisted world. We have the super spiritual elite New Age committees. We have the bullshit fucking scientism, the fake biohackers that are all about science. They don't even understand science. They're using science as the new religion. We call that scientism. Dude, we have such extremes. We need to find a happy middle ground. We need to find balance. That's the Trinity. The Trinity. Please do me a favor, everybody. Repost my live. Repost it. I'll know who reposts it. Repost it. I know who's been on here. Repost it. People need to hear this. I got your back. My brother Matt's got your back. Andrea has your back. Yaya has your back. Sunkiss Fox has your back. Taven has your back. All of it. Chad has your back. We all are fucking family. Nobody's above anyone. I'm here right in the middle with you. I'm in the trenches. I'm here to do whatever it takes to get shit done. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Love you. I'm out of here. Please